What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's Thursday, episode 71 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. Been with us, Swannies, quarter zip, looking fly.
Makes my
Proud
chest
member.
look good, man. I don't have moves with this thing. It like fits me in
You look so
contours.
ripped. You look so ripped, bro. We're proud members of the Believe Podcast Network.
You don't do it as well as Nate. You don't.
I know. I'm trying. But Believe is the number one podcast for professionals. I'm just going to throw that out there. Ben, it's episode 71. It's Thursday. We're looking forward to the weekend. Man. Let's get after it. You ready to get after it?
I mean, we're going to talk about the weekend. We'll get into it a little bit later on. I mean, Kyle's got his things going on. I'm on the verge of getting divorced because my in-laws are in town this weekend. I keep asking my wife if they're going to be gone by Sunday. She won't give me a straight answer. I'm like, she finally asked, she goes, why are you asking about Sunday? And I said,
just answer the question.
No particular, like, what does that have to do with me wanting to know who's in my house all weekend? Like, that has nothing to do with that. So
women can sniff that out, man. Women sniff it out. So like, if you ever ask,
you saw her, she clapped at us on Facebook. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
I tagged you and Nate in it. She clapped at us on Facebook. She posted one of those things, wife of a golfer. And it was like, am I going to have attitude about you playing golf this weekend? And then basically the lady like pauses and drinks wine and she looks at the camera and she goes, I already got one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, they can sniff it out though. You're like, hey, sweetheart, do we have anything going on Saturday? And because here's the reason. If they say yes, you're not going to ever say anything about golf. You're just going to be like, cool, that's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they say no, then you can say, well, I was thinking.
Yep.
But they don't care. They don't let you get to that. It's like, Why are you asking?
Yeah.
You want to go play golf? What, you want to go play golf? Is that what you want to do? You want to go play golf instead of seeing your friend? That you got to be. Just answer the question, ladies. Just answer the question.
It's one of those things where I want to look at it and go, do I ask you what's in the Amazon package that shows up? Do I ask?
No, we're just filling out the situation.
It's all about making time for you. That's what I'm looking for, honey. And you apparently don't want to do that. So just fine. All right.
So look, if your wife does shut you down for golf on the weekend,
yes,
let me tell you how you can still have some fun. Get on Betonline.ag.
She's on Amazon. I'm on Betonline.ag.
Segway Championship. Betonline.ag. They have a new website, new desktop and mobile website. It's pretty awesome. You can sign up today and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. What's that mean? That means you give them $100, they're going to give you 50 back free to play with. You could turn that, who knows? You could turn that 50 into $1 million. You never know. You could be the next millionaire off this 50% bonus. Just use your new promo code. It's a new one now. Believe 50, BLEAV 50, and you'll receive that bonus. They got basketball, football. It's baseball postseason. It's right in the thick of it right now. Golf, NHL, boxing, UFC, cricket, soccer, they got everything. You can live bet. Live betting is a lot of fun, especially on golf.
Oh, let me tell you something. In-laws are in town. I may not be on the golf course. Guess where I will be? In the prop bets.
Yes,
Betonline.ag. Yes. That's where I'm going to be.
Yes, sir. Don't wait to take advantage of this offer for the rest of the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
We teased a little bit that this week was a big week for the Korn Ferry Tour Q School.
Yep.
And our boy Blaine Barber is red hot right now, and we gotta hope he stays hot. We're gonna keep pulling him through. He had a hole out eagle today on a par 4. Pretty sick. They said it was probably the toughest pin on the whole course. Holed out from about 130.
Didn't MJ do that during his qualifying?
He did. He holed out from a bunker.
What in the world is going on with these guys? They're on fire. I love it.
We like dudes that hole out from the fairway and bunkers. We're fans of that. So
yes, we are.
If you like to hole out from anywhere on the course, we'd like to be friends with you. But anyway, really pulling for Blaine. Dom, he's right there in it too. Wells, Paget over in Albuquerque, right there in it. He can make a run.
Dom and Blaine are in Dothan, Alabama. Wells Paget is in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yes.
I have to be careful with giving the initials of the states to Kyle because he's not right in the head when it comes to that.
Not very good at state
Dothan's in Alabama, by the way. And then you got Wells.
AL.
Yeah. Are there any other ones that we were looking at?
I think that's it for right now. It was funny, the Albuquerque one, Tom Lovelady, who played at Alabama, he's leading it. He's leading that. Leading that stage, and he came and played in the Duffner charity tournament a couple of years ago. So Tom Lovelady, he's a cool guy. He practices it. He's like Greystone up in Birmingham a lot. So he's a good guy too. So
some of Kyle's stomping grounds. You can't hide sexy and you can't hide money, and that's where Kyle goes to play a lot.
Once I played there once. It's pretty awesome though. That's where I got this hat.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
The legacy.
Yeah, I had to ask you what that was. That shows you how out of the know I am. I have not played that course. I can't say anything though because I've been invited to play it, and I did have the greatest day of golf ever in the state of Alabama. So I really can't bash it.
Hey, bent grass greens, Zoysia fairways. Oh, can't beat
phenomenal.
It. Can't beat it. Legacy, Birmingham, Greystone. That's what we're talking about. If you weren't really sure. It's a pretty sick place. Tom, that's where we're talking. Tom Lovelady, that's where he plays a lot. MJ plays a lot there. A lot of our buddies, Zach Portamont, he played there. We interviewed him a while back. So big week for Korn Ferry Tour. And we're hoping we get we really got our fingers crossed. We'll get Blaine through next week. We'll maybe get him on the show and talk about final stage in Savannah, Georgia. I think it's mid-November. So if you get to final stage, the big thing is if you get to final stage, you're going to get some status depending on how you finish. If you don't finish in the top 25, so just getting there is huge. We got MJ already there. MJ's in final stage. Trace Crow already in final stage. And we get these three guys.
Those were the names I was forgetting. I thought they were still qualified. That's right. They're already in. That's right.
If we get the rest of our boys in, boy, we could have a fun year. That'd be a lot of fun following these dudes on the Korn Ferry Tour. So go ahead.
The fact that they've been in touch with us too and keeping us posted has been phenomenal. It's been nice of them to do that because they don't have to do that. I mean, that's them taking time out of their. I mean, they're qualifying for God's sake. So we're just doing a podcast. Like when they're like, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what we're doing." I'm like, "Okay, appreciate it." And he's like, "Well, we need to keep you updated." It's like, bro, we appreciate it. I promise you, we're good. So thanks to all those guys that have checked in with us and family members that have checked in with caddies that have checked in with us. Said this is what's going on because we could have a really good weekend. We could have and then when that final stage happens, we could have a really good weekend.
We may go. That'd be fun.
That may be something we have to do.
Yeah.
Make Nate pay for it.
Absolutely. There's a tournament. There's actually a PGA tournament. I wonder when is it HSM, the one that's in the one that is in Sea Island.
See, I'm the way you are with the states, man. Anytime you ask me about tournaments, I just know where they are. I don't know the name of them. I would be a terrible sponsor spokesperson for those tournaments.
Yeah, RSM is the RSM Classic is at Sea Island. I think final stage is in Savannah, but I think it's the week before. So maybe we make 2 weeks out of it. Let's just take 2 weeks off and just crash golf courses. You want to? You know?
I'm all for it.
Let's do it.
I don't know if our families are all for it, but I'm all for it.
Speaking of tournaments, Ben and I, if you follow us on social media, Ben and I played in a little 4-man scramble this week, and there's no real way to say it, guys. We're in the zone. We're in the zone. Ben's wedges were hotter than a firecracker.
And I texted the Dadbod group text even the following day, and I said, all I want to do is go hit wedges today,
dude. The wedges, So
put it this way. At one point, and I did not even, this is how in the zone, I did not realize it. Kyle texted me after the tournament and he said, did we have a putt outside of 3 to 4 feet on any par 4
or par 5?
And I said, I think 2. Maybe.
I don't even think it was 2. I think we had 1.
I think it was on number 2. I think it was on number 2. But you made the putt. It was you made the shot, you made the wedge shot and the putt from the right side of the hole. And that may have been 5 feet. but it was not long. It's still, but when you said anything outside of 3 to 4 feet, I said hole number 2 was probably the only one. Everything else was a gimme.
Dude, we had that podcast where it was like assembling your perfect team, and we literally had it. Had it. We had Ben, who led off, and he hit. I joked. I was like, Ben averages 13.5 fairways around because he never misses. He may miss one, and it'll just roll off just the side. So Ben puts it out there, and then we had another buddy who could hit it. He hit a lot of fairways, just a little bit further than Ben. And then we had me and another guy who were a little bit longer, and it freed us up, and we were just roping them as far as we could. And we were hitting it way out there. We were flipping wedges up there. I mean, how many times we have 82 yards? Like,
no, it was, and that was the wedge that I was feeling. I was feeling the sand wedge, my 85-yard wedge, because there were a couple of times where we took balls in the rough. Because I told Kyle, I like this one.
He's down. He's down for the count. It went down the wrong hole.
It did. I got all excited about 85 yards again. I got all choked up.
Yeah. Choked on a gordita.
But I did. I said, let's take this one, because there was another one. There were a couple that were in the middle of the fairway, 100 out, 95 out. I was like, nope, we want this one. We want this 80 to 85 yards.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. It was great.
You left one on the lip from like 60 yards. I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, it was one of those days. Ben has like blue wedges. They're pretty sweet. They like
blue Mizuno wedges.
Mizuno wedges, and they were like red hot. They're actually the color of red. They were actually red. They were so on fire. It was fun. Hey, I hit some pretty good wedges.
You did. You hit some great wedges.
We all did.
The only one there was at one point in time where all of us, I forgot what hole it is. You got 10, 11, so it was 12. We were all within 10 feet. You and I were 3 to 4 feet, but the other two guys were also within 10 feet of the pin. So it was all of us hitting that 80 to 90 yard shot, that wedge shot that we had. We were on 18, and 18, Kyle hits a bomb because there's two places on 8, the course we played, there's two places that you have to be. You either have to be on top of the hill, or you have to bomb it like Kyle did and be all the way at the bottom. Otherwise, you're
a funky lie. Yeah.
You're in a lie that is not conducive to hitting a wedge into the green, especially when the pin is on the front left over a bunker like it was today or that day. And so Kyle hits a bomb. We're down there in the bottom. We got a little bit of an uphill lie. I'm like, okay, it's go time now, because we got that, like, it's gonna stop. And this is a green that does not hold very well. So I was like, it's gonna stop. So I hit it up there. And the funny thing is once you top over the bunker and you get to the green, then it's in like a little swell. So I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and walk up because we're fairly close anyway. And I get there and I'm like, oh crap, man, where's my ball? Like it released. Yeah, I'm thinking it's long because I was about midway when you hit yours, and I saw where yours landed and stopped. And I was like, that's perfect. That's what we need. That's pin high. We got a 6-footer to putt. We're good to go. So I turn around and I give Kyle a thumbs up. So I take 6 more steps forward and I turn around and look at him and I go,
yeah.
And he just looks at me, and I said, and I pointed at me and I went like that, and it was right by the hole. It had to have, peaked. Judging by where the ball mark was, it had to either hit the pin or rolled right over the lip to stop. So we almost eagled from on 18, which would have been huge.
We needed that
scorecard. We really needed it. So we were inches away from winning the golf tournament. Instead, we got pencil whipped. And he can't say that, but I can. We got pencil whipped.
No, but we did learn something. This is something that this is a Dadbod exclusive. Okay,
this is an insider for all you
insider tip
players.
Write this down, guys. Right? Do never forget this. Okay, if you're playing in a tournament that has the Golf Genius scoring system, okay,
the GGID or something,
the GGID, Golf Genius ID. If you're playing any tournament that has that, I'm not saying don't keep your score in it at all. Do not complete it though.
No,
never complete it until all the cards are turned in.
Because you can see, other players can see what we did.
Exactly.
We finished, and I'm not saying I love all those golfers and all, and I'm not saying that they took a peek, but all I am saying is there were a couple of teams on the course that we could see needed to birdie out in order to jump ahead of us. And wouldn't you know it, if they didn't birdie out?
Oh, yeah. And we happen to know a few of those guys, too.
Yeah.
And I'm just not real sure about that.
Yeah.
We'll have to, but, you know, it is what it is. We made a rookie mistake that we shouldn't have. We filled out our GG all the way, like our complete score. So we're in the clubhouse.
Yeah, don't do it. Next time, guys, go get you a beer, go to the clubhouse, get a beer. Don't finish it. Don't turn in your scorecard yet.
Put about 14, 15 holes in and just let it ride. Just let it ride. Tease them a little bit, then go turn your scorecard in.
Let them be standing on their 18th hole they're playing for that day going, what do we need here? And be completely clueless.
That's what you got to do.
We gave them the road to success, and they took full advantage of it. Hope you guys enjoy your whatever gift card you got. I hope it's food, and I hope you get food poisoning. I shouldn't say that. That's rude. I shouldn't say that.
Don't say that rude. I hope you can't sleep.
I mean, over here coughing up a lung, so I don't feel too bad about it.
I just hope I hope you can't sleep at night. You see me.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I mean, you got to realize that you lay down next to your wife at night and you kiss that sweet lady goodnight, and she knows that there's a lying mouth that's doing that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No, we had a blast. It was an awesome tournament. We had a bunch of friends that were playing in it, and we just got out there. And for whatever reason, we got in the zone. Our whole team did. We were draining putts. The par threes is the only. I mean, that's typically where you're going to struggle because it's about the longest shot you're going to have. We had two of them played about 200 yards. And then the other two played somewhere around like 150, 160. So
the one was 220. The one uphill. The uphill. I mean, it was 220.
And then we had one that was like 185, but it was playing dead into the wind. So it was playing about 200 yards. And we actually made a bomb, hit a 15, 20 footer for birdie on that one. So we had a lot of fun. Scrambles are fun if you have the right group of guys, and we definitely have the right group of guys on Tuesday when we played. And you
play in a tournament where you're mixed, where you're on a course like this one where you can see some of the teams one of the guys that
chirp back and forth
I've played with, JJ, and we'll talk about him a little bit later on, but he and I have a very similar game. We don't hit it very far. He's pretty straight. Because I joked with him a little bit on the 220-yard par three. He was closest to the hole. There's no way anybody beat that. I mean, he was within a foot.
Won it.
He had to have won it. And so he was within a foot of draining it. And I kidded him. I said, "You hit driver there? Is that what you threw up there? You hit a little cut driver?"
He told me he buttered a little hybrid up there.
Oh, did he? Did he?
And stopped it to about a foot. That's a golf shot. By the way, if you know this course. Sagahatchee Country Club, number 4. Is it 4?
Number 3. 4. No, 4. It is 4.
It's number 4. The par 3 up the hill. Pin was back left. So
back left protected by 3 bunkers over there on back left.
Uphill, and he hit it to about, no joke, it was inside a foot. Like, it was a golf shot.
I don't even know what it was. You measured it with slope. I mean, I think it was playing 225, 220, something like that.
Yeah. And that's my member partner for this weekend, but we'll get to that later.
Yes.
So
yes.
Pretty excited about that. But yeah, so we had a blast. Let me tell you something else. If you ever wear anything from this place, you're going to have a blast no matter what you're doing. It could be doing your taxes. It could be changing a spare tire. If you're wearing Swannies, anything from Swannies.co, you're going to have a blast. Use coupon code Dadbod Golf.
I'm having a blast right now.
Yeah. Look at that quarter zip right there. That thing is sick. It makes
I got my print. Here's the deal. Is it this side? Which side is it? Yeah, this side. So the logo's in like a different place, which I love. I love the uniqueness of stuff like that.
Yeah. You actually have it on backwards, Ben. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. The quarters are supposed to go in the back. But I love like the print on the inside, and it's super soft, but yet we're in that season, man, that we've talked about that, you're going to be in the upper 60s, low 70s. So I can wear shorts and wear this and be comfortable. So I suggest you go and grab you some Swannies gear, man. It'll be here before you know it. I got a hat coming this weekend because it finally made it in stock, the one I wanted, because I wanted a gray hat. So the gray hat got in stock. I got it. It's supposed to be shipped to me, arrive. I think it said by this Saturday.
I got a hoodie. I'm jumping on the hoodie craze, the golf hoodie craze.
All the more reason for me to have that Sunday free too, by the way, Kyle. So Sunday I can have my gray hat out there. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Just
there you go.
Some
Honey,
excuses for the wife.
If you're listening,
yeah.
I got a hat. I got to go play golf.
Yep.
I got a new hat. I got to go play golf in it. Yeah. Check them out. Swannies.co. Coupon code DadBod Golf. Take 25% off your next order. They're awesome.
Yep.
Love them because we love them.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
If you wear it and you play bad, it's because you suck.
Exactly. It's not their fault, because I'll tell you what, if you're wearing it and you're having a bad time, it's your fault. You know, you need to reevaluate yourself. You need to
at least you look good.
You need to go look in the mirror and decide, hey, I need to get a grip. I got this Swannies. I got this Hef polo. I got this hoodie on. I mean, I ought to be having fun. I need to get a grip. Absolutely. Swannies.co. Check them out. All right. Moving on. Tournaments. We got I got my big member tournament we look forward to. We've talked about it several times, but last year.
Is there a Calcooter in that?
There's not a Calcooter. There's not a Cal. It actually, I mean, I guess you could call it one. They call it one, but it's not like a real Calcooter where they have the auction and all that. You kind of, everybody ponies up at the beginning. But, you know, last year, one of our guests, Buddy Alexander, and his partner, you know, Buddy Alexander, the 1986 US Am champ. He
wore y'all out.
We took him to the wire. No, me and JJ, we took him to the wire. We took him to the third playoff hole in the shootout, and they took us down. We had a putt to win. I lifted out. Had to go to another playoff hole.
Was that not the same tournament where he told you to get off the course?
No, that was a different one. That was a different one. He told me to get the heck out of here.
Phenomenal story.
No.
Kyle steps up and Kyle hits the ball. Obi-Wan Kenobi right, and it's a playoff that they're in. And as soon as he hits it right, out of the corner of his ear, he hears, "Get the you know what out of here with that." Like go sit down. Year. Yeah, we'll see you next year. I thought
this was member. This was member. So this was tight. Cost us, you know, we play for a parking spots, so it's a big deal.
That's right.
It's pride. Yeah. We play for pride. That's this weekend. Me and JJ. It's a cool format. Mostly because
you were telling me it's different.
Mostly because you just don't play this very often. You just don't play this very often. And it's 2 rounds, and it's a different 9 each time. Okay, So day 1, Saturday and Saturday, the first 9 is a shamble. Okay, and a shamble is obviously, or if you don't know what a shamble is, that is where both guys tee off. You go to the best ball, and then you play your own ball in from there.
By far, my favorite format.
By far.
Some call it, is that a Texas Scramble? Some call it
a Texas Scramble. We call it a shamble. JJ and I are so perfect for that. He never misses. He's like Ben. He hits 13.5 fairways around. He's never going to miss a fairway. And then I can just unleash on it and hit it down there for swing free. So we're typically really good at that. And then it's a modified alternate shot for the back 9 on the first day. And that is intense. There's just not many tournaments out there for amateurs where you get to play alternate shot, and we love it. So it's modified, though. It's not a true alternate shot where you pick the opposite tee boxes. So like I don't get the evens and he gets the odds. We both tee off every single time. Okay. So we both tee off, and then you go to the best drive, and it's alternate shot from there. So if the best drive is mine, he'll play the next shot.
JJ has to play the next,
and then we'll alternate it in. And then we go on the next hole. We both go tee off again. So
honestly, I wish that the pros would go to that. I just, for some reason, you hear the pros say all the time whenever they play in these team competitions, and even when they don't play team competitions, they don't ever go 100%. Like they don't ever swing 100%.
Yeah.
So if you got a guy out there that's middle of the fairway, and you know that you can unleash one, hit a pro unleashing one and you unleashing one are two different
things. Yeah.
You know, when you hear the
fairly different.
When you hear the Rorys of the world say, yeah, I usually only go at about 85% with my driver, he still hits at 330, 340, then you're sitting there going, okay,
what happens at 100?
Let's do the modified alternate shot, because I want 100% Rory after his partner has, after Shane Lowry has poked it out there 280, 290 in the middle of the fairway. I want 400-yard Rory right behind him.
Absolutely.
Even if I don't care if he hits it 6 counties over, I still want to see it. And so I really wish the pros would go to the modified alternate shot, because it's just, I think that's great for amateurs, just because you could have 2 amateurs that put 2 in the woods or something. And so then you got to take the best of the woods. Whereas, if you just relying on one guy, he may be having a bad day off the tee. So
I know, then you're in trouble.
You're in big trouble. That's
it's
some
fun,
high scores then.
It's a lot of fun. And then so Sunday, so we got Shamble.
So you got Shamble and modified alternate shot. All right.
On Saturday, and then on Sunday, the front 9 is just a 2-man scramble, just a regular old best ball, the best of the 2 all the way through the hole. And then you just duke it out the last 9. It's just best ball. So just straight up, you play your own ball, you take the best score on each hole. And then at the end, they take the winner of each flight. I think there's 6 or 7 this year in ours. And then you have a shootout. And then the shootout is, everybody knows what a shootout is. You start on with the way we do ours, we start on hole 16, and everybody plays a hole at the same time. And it's a modified alternate shot shootout. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a modified alternate shot shootout. So it's 7 teams. You kick out 2 on 16. You got 5 on 17. You kick out 2 or 3, or maybe you kicked out 3 on the first hole. You kick out 2 on the second hole, and then you kick out. Then it's the final 2 duke it out on 18, and you go until somebody wins or the sun goes down. And
has that happened before?
It almost happened with us. He said, we're going to play this hole one more time. And then I think we would have won if we would have tied them, because we shot like incredibly low on the back 9. And I think that's where it started. Like the scorecard playoff, we waxed them on the back 9. And if we would have just parred, we probably would have won. But yeah, you play until it goes dark, and then you win, and they'll do some type of playoff.
When your dad stands you up and you need a partner for member guests, I need you to start working on this now. We need the 85-yard wedge shot as some sort of playoff. All right.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Just talk to them, see if you can work that out with them. I'll even take 80 yards. I'll take 90. I'm not real picky.
When you get to the shootout, if there's ties, they do chip offs. That's intense. Okay. That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
That is super intense.
I've played in a few. I've played in some that we had the Shamble like that, and we did not play the modified alternate shot. I forgot what the other format was that we did, but we didn't do the modified alternate shot. And then it was a scramble and best ball on the different holes. Man, I got so frustrated because when I played, this was when I was a member at another club, and it was member. And the first 2 guys that we got paired up with, the guy I was playing with was also a client of mine. He was easily a 24, 25, 26, 27 handicap.
Yeah.
They would not let him have more than a 17. Like that was that. Like everybody got no more than a 17. So we get thrown in this, and everything got flighted. And at that time I was probably an 11. And so you got a 17 and 11, and we're playing with 2 guys that said that they were like a 12 and a 15. First 9 holes, they birdied 7 of the 9 holes that we played.
Oh my god!
I was like,
no strokes, just natural.
Yeah, just natural. And I was like, yeah, we're getting whipped. Right. That's when I looked at my partner Tony, and I said, I need you to wrap your head around something, because this guy was super competitive. Like he really wanted to win this tournament. Like he wanted his name on the plaque. And I looked at him and I said, I need you to wrap your head around something. We ain't winning this tournament. And not only are we not winning this tournament, we are totally in the wrong flight right now. I should have turned in like a 20 handicap. Like but
it's hard though. A lot of times at clubs, if you're there for a while, like pretty much everybody knows you. So like you'll get ridiculed pretty hard if you come in there with a sandbag. I don't know if you're new or what.
This was a fairly new club, so they didn't have established, like they had handicaps, but they weren't like it had not been around long enough where you could figure out who the ringers were and who weren't. However, those 2 guys put themselves on the map for the future years. Like they went ahead, they totally screwed themselves because
they went ahead and blew it out.
They didn't just do it to us. Everybody, like they ran away with our flight. Like nobody's within, at the end of the weekend, nobody was in probably 15 shots of them. So they
Just
jumped.
don't even tee up and don't even play again.
No, they jumped from like the fourth flight is what we were in. They jumped from like that to first the next year. Like they were like, no, you're not playing down there with those other guys. So
yeah.
See, it's now what we did that year. There was a playoff. They played 10 and 18 because the two ran parallel to one another. So they played 10 and 18. They played it twice, and when we ran out of when it started running out of sunlight, because I stayed around. Of course, you stay around, you drink beer, and you watch these guys do this. Trust me, we were not in the playoff. They had a putt off, and the putt off was pretty good. I liked the putt off. I liked it better than the chip off, and the reason being is because they knew we were going to run a light, so they actually they chalked off circles other than just so you had to be inside the circle. So I like because they made them lengthy putts. They made them right to left and left to right breakers. It wasn't just a straight putt. I mean, you're looking at like 65, 70 foot putts too, in order to move on and advance. And then they got shorter as it went on. Like you started out and basically it's like a 70-foot putt, and then it went from there like 50 feet and then like to 20 feet. And then you had guys, you had to make it when he got inside of 10 feet. So
that's intense. That
was fun too. So just an idea for your guys at the club. If they don't want to do a chip off, they do a putt off.
Let me tell you something else that's pretty intense. And that is the technology that you can get when you check out arcosgolf.com. Yes. The technology is absolutely just incredibly intense. It's the sensor system that screw into your clubs. You get 14 of them. They pair to your phone, an app on your phone, and then you have a Bluetooth belt clip that registers all your shots and sends them to your phone, to the app on your phone. Once you screw them in, you just go play golf, guys. That's it. There's little to no maintenance whatsoever. Just make sure your battery's charged. Just make sure the battery on your little belt clip's charged.
My battery stays charged. God.
Yes, there you go. There you go. And then you just go play, man.
We moved past that episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're way past that episode. It keeps track of all the distances on your clubs. That's so huge. You think you hit that 9-iron 160 yards, you really hit it about 142. Okay. You don't hit it 160 like you did when you nut one. That's what we do. When you nut one, that's what you think your yardage is. Well, this one keeps averages and gives you a smart yardage of actually how far you actually hit these clubs. That's big, man. That's huge. When you're trying to score better scores, you got to know the numbers. You got to know your numbers. Also, it keeps strokes gain analytics. You can set a target handicap. Say if you're 5, you want to be a 0. Okay. When you go play around the golf, it'll tell you where you lost your strokes based on if you wanted to be a 0 handicap. So it says, where your short game, you got to work on your short game. You're losing strokes around the green. You're losing strokes from 150 yards in. All that stuff, it keeps up with you. It takes the emotion out of it. All of us have been in that bet. We get to 17 and we blow one out of bounds.
Yep.
Immediately out of bounds when we're triple pressed and we know we just lost our hiney. And you're like, man, I got to go to the driving range and I got to smash drivers. I got to get this thing figured out. Well, come to find out, you've hit the driver good all day. Actually, really, you lost all your money on the putting green. You lost all your money from 100 yards in, and it'll tell you that. It'll take all your emotion out of it. Practice efficient. It'll give you the tip. It'll even give you tips on how to practice to fix the things you want to fix. It's absolutely awesome. Use coupon code DADBOD10. Take 10% off your order. Get this system now. I want to see it on everybody. I want to see these on the end of everybody's club.
It's very user friendly. I will say this, and the reason I say that is because I have a tendency. All right, the way this thing measures your golf ball whenever you hit it is upon impact. The club feels the impact. It's basically sent it to the sensor. The sensor sent it to the little caddy buddy that's on your side or your phone or whichever you decide to use. If you got an Apple Watch, like you can hook it up to your watch. So you don't have to get the buddy. If you got the watch, you can just use the watch. However, I tend to walk and slam my club down on the ground quite a bit. So I noticed when you and I played that I was registering extra shots because I was
just go in and delete them. It's easy.
I was like, I didn't have a 10 there. Yeah. Like, what is that all about? So you go in, it's easy. You don't even have to, you can do it on your phone. My big thing is it's actually really user friendly on your computer if you go to arcos.com, because I went in there and you can actually, you don't have to click on the shot like on your phone and delete it. You can actually just go down there, got all your shots listed. You can delete which ones you want and you're done. Like, that's it. Like,
never even thought to sign in on the desktop.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I just did that. That's the only reason I say that. I had to throw that out there because when I noticed that you could just delete the shots where I was banging my club on the ground. Like I could just hit X, 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 and then all of a sudden the hole was perfect. It's exactly where I hit the ball. So,
bro, this desktop site is even way better.
Yes.
This just blew my whole mind. So yeah, you got an awesome phone. You got an awesome phone app, and then you can go super in depth on this desktop app. So our desktop website. So arcosgolf.com, check them out. We love them. And we want you to love them too.
But you can't do that stuff unless you got the sensors. You gotta have the sensors. Some people have said, "Well, I go to Arcos, but I can't." You gotta have the sensors, man. It's gotta measure them with the sensors.
For sure. I think the last thing we want to talk about, real quick, the funnest tournament you've ever played in. Don't go super in depth. We're just mostly talking about format. Your idea. What's the most fun format tournament that you enjoy to play in?
I got two. Number one is former Auburn coach Kim Evans, who is a cancer survivor. She puts on one that actually helps people who have been affected by cancer and does donations. Always a great team, always the same guys out there. But she makes it fun because she knows how monotonous golf and how boring it can be. She's got different things set up. I think I've told you this before. There's like one hole where there's it looks like the dice, like the number 5 on dice. And there are no flags, and you basically just hit to a green that's got no flags, and you putt to the closest
hole.
Yep, closest hole. She's got another one that's just got 4 holes up there with no flags, and when you get up there, you putt to the furthest.
Oh wow.
Hole. She's got another one where she likes to get other sports involved. So they got one where you punt a football. They got another one where you actually you have to hit with a left-handed club. There's a trick to that. You turn around right-handed and you hit it upside down. A lot of people.
Is this a scramble? What is this? A 4-man scramble?
It's a scramble that she's got, but it's just the different games that she's got that you can get involved, a game within the game. And you know, when you play in these scrambles, and that's another thing too, is at the end, you don't know how they're going to do the scoring. They will do the scoring weird, and I love it. Like they may only take the scores on 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Or they may only take the par 3 scores for the day. Like that may determine who wins the tournament. So when you were talking about like the guys that are, we discussed people pencil whipping you or going to GGID and like seeing what everybody's doing. That's fine. You don't know what the format of the scoring is going to be when you turn your card in at the end. So you got to just sit there and you got to play golf and have a good time. So that's probably the most fun. And she comes out and she makes a big deal out of it too. And she's got a great personality. So that's probably my favorite. Some people don't like that. I like it just because when you're in a scramble, you saw what happened to us this last week. So that this keeps it from happening the way she runs it. And I think she's kind of figured that out with all her years of golf experience.
That's awesome. So my favorite is I'm pretty boring, but I love a 2-day tournament and typically a 2-man best ball type format with a big Calcutta after that first round. If you don't know,
I do. Yeah, the Calcutta makes a huge difference.
That's my favorite. Especially if it's a lot of the same type people that are playing it each year, and you're not going to have those dudes that come in and they'll shoot 80 on the first round and then go buy themselves in the Calcutta for real cheap and then go shoot 68 the second round. Like that's like, to me, that's stealing. You just stole. That's what you did. You came in and you stole is what you did. So no, I love a Calcutta. That's a lot of fun. An auction type scenario where that's high energy. And we play in one every year. That's just the small town in Alabama, and the Calcutta will be almost $500,000 every year. It's just absolutely nuts. It's around where you grew up. So
the best thing I love about a Calcutta though is when other people are betting on you.
Yes.
It makes you feel super good that everybody's like, oh, there's no way he's shooting an 85 tomorrow.
Yeah,
there's going with that. No chance.
I know him.
Yeah. I know he's not shooting 85. And then you got the guy sitting next to him and goes, do you see how many beers he's drank today? He's shooting 85 tomorrow. There's no doubt he's putting up a 90. So it's phenomenal. I do love the Calcuttas.
Yep. A lot of fun.
Or as Boo would say, the Calcooters.
Them Calcooters. Well, guys, this has been an awesome Thursday. It's episode 71 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. I hope you got your tee time set for the weekend. Because we are ready to play.
Kyle has his. I'm working on mine.
Stay tuned for some updates over the weekend. for the member. We'll have some member content. Outfits. We're gonna have matching outfits, guys. We're gonna be looking good. It's gonna be awesome. So stay tuned for that. Tomorrow's show, guys. Big time guests. I don't want to spoil it.
It's gonna be tough for me to sleep, honestly.
Fresh off of the most recent PGA tournament win.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we're gonna say. Fresh. Yep. Go look who won. Go look
who won this past weekend.
Go look and see who won this past
together.
weekend.
We're not dropping names. We're not trying to be all fancy and trying to act like we're bigger than everybody else, but just look at who won this last weekend and you will want to tune in for Friday.
Absolutely. Y'all go check us out on all social media. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Please subscribe to that YouTube channel. We've gained a ton of followers or a ton of subscriptions over this past couple of weeks. Yep. We've had some really fun videos that have got a lot of views. So check us out there.
Feedback too, by the way.
Love the feedback. Comments. Send some comments. Rate, subscribe, review on the Apple Podcast app. Let us know what your favorite tournament you've ever played in is. What's the best format you've ever played in? We want to hear about it. We want to know all of it. So definitely shoot us a DM, get in the comments on this YouTube channel or wherever. Tweet at us. Doesn't matter. Just anywhere that you like to do socials, hit us up. We have a lot of fun doing this. This only daily golf podcast out there, Monday through Friday, fresh daily content just for you. Yep. We really appreciate it. Catch us Friday, tomorrow.
Friday.
You don't want to miss it.
It's going to be phenomenal.
The best Friendship Friday possibly.
We should call it Phenomenal Friendship Friday.
Phenomenal Friendship Friday. Yep. That's a P, but
I know nobody's
still makes an F sound. Still makes an F sound. We love it. Anyways, check us out tomorrow. Like we said, Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always stroking.